I've got $500,000 to spend on a watch collection. What should I buy? Will over polishing actually devalue my watch, and how much buy? And can I swim in a Panda Daytona? I'm going to be answering these questions and more. What would be your advice for someone looking to buy their first Rolex with a budget of 13K? Would you recommend a piece that has been worn for better value for money, or would a new piece be the better option? I know it depends on a number of factors, but your advice would greatly appreciate it. So thanks for that question. So yeah, I mean, there's many factors to that. I would obviously get to know you as a client, look what you're looking to wear the watch for. Would you wear it for as a daily, a weekend, evening wear? You know, the best watch for your first watch, in my opinion, and it does take some beating, is the Submariner, the steel. It can come in the Submariner date and the no date, and literal function. It will do everything you ever ask of that watch. It's such a good watch. You can wear it for dinner, wear it for work, wear it for holidays. What a watch that is. You can get that within your £13,000 budget, or you can then jump into the GMT range and get yourself something maybe like a year or 2 years old, like a Batgirl, our best-selling GMT, like a Sprite, something a little bit different. Or are you a guy that actually wants like a weekend watch? Most people that want their first watch want a daily. So as a daily, you want it to function, you don't want to upset people, you don't want to be noticed too much. So normally, a client will go for a Steel Sports Professional, and in my opinion, the best watch that you can get under 13,000 is a stainless steel Submariner. What watch comes in and out most frequently at the luxury watch company? Most popular selling watch? Well, that is a really good question. There's actually 3 categories of the most popular. So we've got the Submariner range, we've also got the GMT range, and we've also got the Daytona range. Oh, we get so many watches. I mean, in GMT range, I'd have to say probably the Batgirl. That is the most popular and we get the most of. In the Daytona range, there's 2 categories. So we've got the stainless steel, the black and the white. Got a couple to show you here. So we've got the iconic Panda. And we've also got the absolutely gorgeous new black dial. So this is the Holy Grail, the iconic one, the one that is a 20-year waiting list from your authorised dealer. These are one of our best-selling models in the Daytona range. And we've also got the Oyster Flex range, which I wear. We get the Ghost, that's our #1 selling one. Unfortunately, we've none to show you today. But we also have the yellow gold one that I wear, the Pikachu. This is the meteorite that I'm wearing today. This is obviously an extremely rare watch. So yeah, there's not one particular one is the most popular, but certainly GMT Batgirl, we've got the Submariner range. It has to be the stainless steel sub. Date, no date, the most popular. In the Daytona range, Oyster Flex or the stainless steel. Do you provide services for watches bought from yourselves? And if so, how do your prices compare with the various brands? PS, new to your channel, which is now my favourite YouTube channel. That is fantastic news to hear, so thank you for watching. Glad you found us and hope you enjoy the content that we put out there. Yes, we do provide servicing for watches. The watches that we sell, we're well known for selling new or nearly new watches, so they are covered by the Rolex 5-year warranty. We also offer 24 months warranty with every watch that we sell. The Rolex one supersedes it. When we sell watches outside of the warranty, i.e. over 5 years old, you do get 24 months from ourselves. So yeah, it's a service that we're very proud of. It's in-house. We have our own in-house team of watchmakers downstairs, and we do a full comprehensive service. Price-wise, we are competitive. We're obviously cheaper than Rolex, even though Dan, who is the workshop manager, is Patek Philippe trained, which is obviously higher than Rolex, but we are very competitive. A really quick turnaround time as well. We have a turnaround time of 3 to 4 weeks currently for a full service polish and overhaul, and we're very proud of that. So yeah, on average, it's around £400 to £500 for a service plus a polish at LWC. Next question, which new Daytona is the most sought after, the new John Mayer or the meteorite? From the meteorite, which is more sought after? So we've actually seen some of the new John Mayer hit the market. Price-wise on that, I've seen them already on the market in the 60s, 70s. The meteorite is one that I've got on here today. So it's the yellow gold variant that we've got here. Mine's the discontinued one. For you guys, you all know I absolutely love this watch, and it's extremely, extremely rare. And I can't believe that Rolex actually released it again. I think the most sought after will be the meteorite, to answer your question. I think the new John Mayer, and I have seen it in person. I've been to Geneva at Watches and Wonders. I've not physically had one in my hand, but I have physically seen the watch. I just don't think it's going to have the same appeal as the original John Mayer. I just don't think it's got the same colour green. It's got different coloured sub-dials. It's a beautiful watch, and it will be desired, but it won't have the same appeal. So for me, it is the meteorite. We're talking exclusivity, we're talking rarity, and for me, it is a far, far superior watch. I'm looking to invest into a Rolex collection, $500,000 total. How should one go about it? What are the best pieces to acquire, i.e. Daytona subs, GMTs, Day date, thanks. That's such a big question. I mean, 500,000, we'd need to sit down, have a good few hour conversation on getting to know you, what you're looking to do with your collection. Are you looking to wear it? Are you looking to put it away? Like we say, we don't look for the word investment. But if I was shooting some watches for you in your collection, that I'd be choosing dials, I'd be choosing rarity, I'd be choosing some really exclusive models. A lot of them would be Daytonas, ironically, just purely because they are the most sought after, they carry the premium, and they're in less sort of production numbers, like meteorites, like platinums, like some of the really rare watches. We could even get into like Arabic dials, which we know they're even more exclusive. You know, I mean, there's such a big conversation to be had there. You know, you can get some vintage pieces in there. They're so popular now. We're going to start stocking more LWC. You know, we've really got a good flavour for the old vintage watches now, and there's such a good marketplace out there. You know, Submariner, I mean, it's just endless day dates. You could choose like some really special, I mean, like a puzzle dial day date. For some of you guys, you've never heard of that watch. You know, we'll probably just never see one of them watches. You know, we just won't. It's crazy from Rolex. Most people look at it and think that is absolutely hideous, but we're talking like, you know, building a collection of like rare watches. So for me, I just need to know if you're wearing them or not. When you say the word invest, my idea is I don't think you're buying them to wear. You're just buying purely to put away, and so you can actually admire them and hopefully make a few pounds. This is a good question actually. Is it true that stainless steel models hold their value better over time than steel and gold or full gold models? Simple answer, yes, of course they do. Why is that? Demand is there. Everybody wants stainless steel watches for their stealthiness. They can wear it on more occasions than not. Steel and gold models are unbelievable value for money in the current market. We've had a few in. I've got one here. I can show you Seadwell actually. I've got two actually. So I can show you this one. This is Seadweller 43. This is yellow gold and steel. Big watch, by the way, sold to bigger clients. I've also got one here. This is a rose gold and steel. This is a chocolate dial Yachtmaster 40. Again, ever rose gold and steel. These are always under list watches in the current market. And even saying that, even the Daytonas are now selling around list for very special dials, i.e. the white. So the list price on those is 19,000. We sell for around about the £20,000 mark. And some of the other dials we actually sell for under list now. They are extremely undervalued watch and a lot of watch for the money. But the market's smaller because when you put gold in a watch, especially solid gold, not many people wear solid gold watches a daily. There's only so many places or occasions where you can wear a solid gold watch. So for me, stainless steel will always be the fan favourite. It's always a watch that you can throw on your wrist every day and wear, no matter which model you choose, whether it be a sub, you know, GMT, you know, whatever you choose, absolutely fine. So, and I think that's why they hold the price, they hold the premium, the more demand there, and when there's more demand, they will always hold their money. Can I daily a Pepsi? And will it handle vacations, swimming pools occasionally instead of having to get a Submariner? Well, all Rolex watches are waterproof first and foremost, so you can go on vacation, swim with them all. Contrary to the myths, or people think, you know, we sell so many brand new watches to new clients and it's their first Rolex, and like, I had a client in yesterday, they came to pick up this unbelievable like Grail watch Panda. I'm saying like, yeah, you can go swimming here, you know, you can go in the pool. It's like, oh no, I'm not going to do that. And I'm like, yeah, but you can. It's like, no, I just, you know, and it's that whole myth of like such an expensive item. It's you know, your first watch. It's a treasure. It's a massive moment in your life. You know, you don't want to go in the water, in the sea, but you can physically. You honestly, you'll go anywhere with the watch. You can go in the beach, you can go in the sea, go in the swimming pool, and either or. So you can choose any watch, GMT, sub, Daytona, you name it. You find 1,000,000%. The real questions that we're all burning to have answered to: has Josh managed to alter his lunch obsession? And two, related to number one, has Josh received some kind of falafel sponsorship? Well, for you guys that followed the Behind Time season 2, we all know Josh is the falafel king of Corn. He literally had that every day for his lunch, and we made a big song and dance about it. He's actually doesn't eat it anymore, believe it or not. He doesn't have a sponsorship deal. I'm sure if he got one, he'd definitely take it. But yeah, he's actually changed his food now and he's gone more to the Asian cuisine. He has more like duck spring rolls. This is what he eats for his lunch. But yeah, it kind of like goes through phases where we'll have the same food for quite some time and then something else quite differently. So the falafel king is no more. I've ordered Date Just 41 Fluted Jubilee with slate dial for my first ever Rolex. Been waiting for over a year. Is this normal? Wait time, do you think the idea has me at the bottom of the list because I've never bought anything from them before? Yes, definitely. You know, you're a new client to them on the books. There's so many clients they've had on their books for years that they are serving the watches to them. They're certainly looking after them first and foremost. They will redirect you to other brands to try and get you spend up. They will redirect you to the jewelry section where you can buy some diamonds, you know. But people are just getting sick of it now. People are just at the point where they're just like, you know, why should I do that anymore? You know, that watch there, just to give you an idea, we could sell you that watch brand new for 10% over the Rolex retail price. The Rolex retail price on that watch is 9,450. We'd sell you that watch for like just over 10 and a half grand. So there's literally no point. Why would you do it? Why are you going to wait a year, you know, for a watch that should be really relatively easy to get? Why should you buy other stuff? Absolutely not. You know, this is why we are so busy at LWC, because clients are coming to us. Even hard to get watches are still 10% over the retail price for some of them. It's literally a no-brainer. Unless you have a you know, good history with your AD, you've been buying for decades and you've got, you know, a really good relationship and you're getting all the watches. There's literally no point in 2025. So yeah, I think a year is just far too long in 2025 for that watch. Next question. Hey Charlie, what are the signs on a Rolex that indicate I should get my Rolex polished, and does polishing have an impact on the value? So that is a very good question, actually. You should get your watch polished when really it's due a service, unless you have damaged it. So if you've got like a big scratch on your watch and it is bothering you, obviously, you know, we recommend getting that removed. If you are getting general wear and tear, hairlines, marks, anything from sort of wearing your watch on a daily basis, then genuinely we will say just leave it, because if we were to actually polish that watch for you, you know, 9 times out of 10, another week or two, you're going to get more marks anyway on the watch. So there's no point in like polishing. We always recommend a full polish on a watch. You've got probably 2, 3, maybe 4 good polishes done to a high standard in its lifetime before you will actually start to ruin the integrity of the watch. And what do I mean by that? I mean rounding of the shoulders where it's over polished, rounding of the center links, the little coronet underneath there on the oyster clasp being flattened and rounded and just looking all ugly. So yeah, see here it's got a beautiful sharp profile on the side. It's super sharp. They become rounded. You know, you've got the super sharp edge there. That becomes rounded. So do not get it polished unless it really needs it, or it's due a service, obviously every 8 or 9 years for modern Rolexes. Do not waste your time getting it done, because all you're doing is reducing the profile of the watch. And it's very important to spend a good amount of money for a decent polish, because I will tell you now, you might say, oh, well, this company say like we charge you £195 plus VAT for a full polish, and we will guarantee to keep the integrity of your watch. You can go get it done for like 60 quid, 80 quid, and I'll guarantee you they'll get the watch, they'll run it through a big machine, one of these big wheels, and they'll just run the watch through and they'll round it all, and it devalues the watch, let me tell you, and it makes it look old and tired. So, you know, choose it when you need it doing, and choose the right company to polish your watch. This is a good question, actually. We get asked this quite a lot. Do you only sell Rolex and know the brands? If so, why? Absolutely not. We are known for Rolex. I would say 90% of our stock is Rolex. We do sell other brands like Patek Philippe. We actually sell quite a few big Patek Philippes behind the scenes of LWC. Normally they do not go on the website for obvious reasons. They are big watches. They're very sensitive sales. Our Patek Philippe clients who sell to us do not want them broadcast on the internet. We're talking a unique relationship with their authorized dealers. You know, they want a very sensitive and confidential sale. We also sell Amigas. We also sell other brands. You know, we do happen to get the odd Cartier in. So we're not just a one-trick pony. We also get Audemars as well. Vacheron is not one just at the minute. I think Vacheron are gorgeous watches, by the way. It's just not one we currently stock, because we find the appetite is just not there for LWC. And I also think you should be known for one thing. You know, yes, we are watch dealers. Yes, we are the luxury watch company. Yes, we sell other brands. But I think it's always nice to be known for one thing. So if you're wanting something, it's like if I was looking to buy a Porsche car, you know, you'd go to a Porsche specialist or somewhere like that, or certainly Porsche main dealer. You know, be known for one thing, be good at what you do, hopefully, and then people will actually come to you for more business. Ironically, a question on Patek Philippe. With the current market price and where it's heading, would you say it's a good time to buy a Patek 5164A right around the £55,000 mark? This is for 2018, 2019. It's a really popular watch, the 5164. It's one of my favourites. It's the travel time, stainless steel, really nice watch. They've been sat around that price for a while now, you know, low to mid 50s, higher 50s for a newer one. We actually had one in recently, sold it straight away. I mean, they're just a really good go-to watch. Some clients have decided, you know, that they want to consolidate, move to a Patek. You know, it's a bit more under the radar. It's definitely stealth in the watch person's watch. But yeah, I'd say for that sort of money, it's obviously outside of Patek warranty. We need to know the provenance on the watch. We need to know it's been serviced or due a service. All these things need to be taken into consideration. But the one thing I can tell you with Patek Philippe, the last ones we've had in at LWC that we've had in last year, we're selling for a lot less than we were doing last year. So if that gives you an indication on the market, where Philippe is, we all know they produce about 60,000 watches a year, official figures. So we're talking exclusive, we're talking high value, we're talking extremely hard watches to get, but they're still coming down in price. So, you know, that's why I say buy to wear. And also you just bear in mind that you are buying something that is very special. So yeah, I'd say that's quite strong money. In my opinion, I'd say it should be less for that age, probably around the 50k mark or just under. But you know, it's one of those things, as long as you're happy to pay the price and it's a proper set, then you know what it is, just go for it. This is a very good question actually, and very on topic for the current market. Do discontinued models have better appreciation potential versus current models? Yes and no. So yes, of course, it's discontinued. Rolex will no longer produce that watch. So over time, it should accrue more because there's not going to be any more hitting the market. It all depends on the model as well, if the market's been saturated or not. And also you've got the current models where people will buy on the hope that they get discontinued. Again, we don't like advising that. It's not the right thing to do. I think you should always buy to wear, and if it goes up, great. And if it gets discontinued, happy days. But we all know, look what's happened with Rolex this year. They've released some models that they actually discontinued 2 years ago in the Daytona range, like my meteorite, like the John Mayers, you know, some of these models where they were discontinued, the chocolate dial and the oyster flex, to name a few, you know, they've been re-released. So that's why I say do not buy on discontinuation. Do not buy and put it away hoping that over time you're going to make like mega money. It's just not that type of industry anymore. It was when I first started. You could buy and put away and make a real nice return in a short period of time. Them days are gone. You know, if you want to buy an investment, there's other things you can invest in other than watches. I'm not saying they're not a good investment, because they are, but you have to buy them, you have to enjoy them, you have to wear them. A lot of clients are doing that. They're wearing them and then they're going to pass them down. So yeah, do not buy on the word investment or discontinuation. Just hopefully buy the watch because you like it. How do you authenticate watches that come in, whether they're straight from the AD or they're pre-loved? Well, one thing I can tell you, we do not get watches straight from the AD. We do get them from our sources, of course. Some of them may be flippers who buy them from the authorized dealer and sell them to us. Our authentication process has many layers to it. We're actually going to be shooting a new series at LWC on the YouTube channel, and it's going to be showing every process that we go through. We will get the watch in, we will inspect it visually, we will run the card on the stolen watch loss register, we will also send it down to the workshop, we will authenticate the movement. We will also use a UV light on the card to make sure it has the Rolex holograms. We'll also use the NFC tag to scan the tag to make sure it is a genuine card. We will then put it through the workshop, whether that needs a service, a polish. We are going to be showing these processes on the new series. It will then come upstairs. It will then go to our photographer. He will photograph the watch, put it on the website, shoot a video, and then put it on the actual socials that we have, Instagram, Facebook, to name a few. So there are many layers to what we do. There's many people in the team now that authenticate this process, and we are extremely, extremely proud of that. Is the OP41 green dial Rolex now discontinued? If so, do you expect the price to now increase on the secondary market? Yes, it has been discontinued. All the OP range was fully discontinued. It was one of the last ones of the, you know, better dials where it did carry a premium. The last few we had in, we actually struggled to sell. I'll be straight up with you. It was not the easiest watch to sell. In saying that, we were actually selling for less than trade price like the year before, which is crazy. The new one, obviously, it's a pretty similar colour green, not much different from the one before. I just don't expect the demand to be there because you've got the new beige, you've got the new lavender, you've got the new pistachio. These are the new hype dials. These are the ones that all you guys are chasing. We've obviously got the discontinued Tiffany, and we've also got the discontinued Celebration. In fact, we sold one yesterday, 41 mil, to one of our good clients. I'm sure you're watching, so yeah, it'll be coming to you soon. So yeah, it's just one of those dials where it's a bit lost in the middle. It's not a really special dial. It is a nice watch, but unfortunately, it's just not going to hit the big numbers. Would it be the right time to buy a Pepsi? Is the market going down for GMT Master 2s? Pepsi versus Batman versus Bruce Wayne. Well, I can tell you GMT category is one of our most popular categories. So yeah, they're not going to start going down dramatically. They're not going to suddenly fall out of love with people. They're not going to be not popular watches. The GMT Pepsi is iconic. It is probably one of the most demanded watches. It would be our #1 selling GMT if we could get more in. So the best seller is the GMT Master 2, and it is the Batgirl because we do get more of them than the Pepsi and the Bruce Wayne. New release from Rolex. We all know how popular that is. So yeah, they're not going to start going down, and the demand is so high. YouTube thinks you should watch this video next.